third target, and I'd mentioned in my previous video off this primary hidden trend line here off the 2018 lows of August would enact a sell signal and or a wave of selling, and some stop orders to start to get hit off some margin calls here. And again, plenty of reaction to validate it all over the place. And like I had mentioned in my previous video in the AMC hidden primary trend line video, sometimes you get some pretty huge moves in both directions on breaks and or recoveries above these hidden trend lines here. And look at this huge wave of selling right out the gate here. And I had mentioned in my previous video on a break of that 327.27 price support would enact in a pretty good wave of selling. We got a good for a 33% drop here, cut right through that 229.40 price support. Huge crash today off that down 26% in one day here. Huge bullish and a bearish engulfing candle here. And again, maybe we get a back test of that 229.40 price resistance, and if not, maybe another move down to that 180.90 price support. And I got that 135.70 price support down here for that following target for still another 36%. So we'll see what happens. It's been a huge, I mentioned in my previous video that Bitcoin break on that daily interval would result in a sell signal and a wave of selling, and we got it. MSTR's MicroStrategy here is highly leveraged in Bitcoin. I had mentioned in my previous video, and a break of that 21,000 Bitcoin spot price would enact a Michael Saylor, who is the CEO of MicroStrategy, would have to start to owe money on some of the bond issuance that they had to extra leverage up on Bitcoin. And again, if we have a huge break of that 21,000 spot price support on Bitcoin, then we're going to see MicroStrategy and some other balance and financials start to take a little bit of a toll, and just really get some investors nervous. Remember, huge volume at price support around this area. This is the reason why I had mentioned there was a lot of buyers up in that 525, call it 688 zone here. And there's only so much they can do when margin calls start to get hit. There's nothing they can do. The broker comes in and sells it for you, and that's exactly these kind of waterfall sell-off, this sort of waterfall sell-off type event is what spurs a huge rush for the exits.